Welcome everyone to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a ranking of every single Fortnite season from S to F. And there you go. These are all the tier lists that we're going to do. And without further ado, let's start the ranking with Chapter 1, Season 1. Never played the season before. The second one, we have the Black Knight season. I didn't remember playing this a whole bunch, but when I played it, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Season 3 easily got season. This one too. Both of them was at Fortnite peak, basically. Season 5 was also got season. I like the carts, the new biomes. I mean, that was such a great season, at least. Season 6, you had Halloween and everything. Calamity Dire. Yeah, there was a bunch of cool stuff that was happening. You got the cabin, the cube, lake, and everything. It was solid. This one, they had creative mode. Battle Pass was really good. New biome was amazing. I'm gonna put this one on God season. Very, very top tier. Season 8 was alright. Pirate theme was pretty decent. A new biome as well. Battle Pass is a little underwhelming. It's kind of a wacky season in general. This one, you had the windmillers. You had the, what were they called at the time? Yeah, yeah, like those ones where you just float everywhere on the map. And then you had Neo Tilted, Mega Mall. Those POIs were actually pretty decent back then when I played, so it was overall, at least, was okay. This season, this was called probably the worst season of all time, but it wasn't as bad as you may think. Probably the reason why people call it that was because of the mechs. If it weren't for the mechs, it wouldn't be such a bad season. Because if I were to forget the mechs, the whole season around wasn't that bad. Now, was it good? No. But it was at least really solid. The Battle Pass was mid. But I mean, there were cool looking skins, at the time. The map itself, it changed a little bit. So you had Dusty Depot back and everything. So it was overall a pretty decent, well-rounded season. And now you have Chapter 2. This season, it was really good. Like, people called it God season when the first month dropped, and then after that, the updates just stopped, and then it just became stagnant, and it just wasn't good at all. So yeah, it came really bad for a while, and then Chapter 2 Season 2 drops. Obviously, the best season of Chapter 2, one of the best seasons of all time. Midas, every single Battle Pass skin was so memorable. I mean, I think Deadpool collab was amazing too. All of the mythics were amazing as well, so you can't go wrong with that season at all. Next up, we have Chapter 2 Season 3. It was okay. I'm not going to put it at mid because the season was at least pretty playable. But I mean, just overall, if I were to enjoy the season, you had the mythic still. Underwater was kind of weird, to be honest. But I mean, once, the water starts stopping and rising and everything, the cars came in, which was a huge game changer. So it was overall pretty decent. This one, you had the Marvel season. Marvel season was really good. I mean, I didn't enjoy it because it was just all Marvel in general. It wasn't like my favorite type of season, really, but it was still really fun to play with. Starks Industries. I mean, you had the pumps as well. You had the mythics. They were really fun. If I had played it a whole bunch, I probably would have put that God season, but it wasn't my cup of tea to play like a whole Marvel season for 3 months. So, I'll put it right there. This season, the more I think about it often, I feel like that there was just too many collaborations. The biggest point about it was sand, and it was so bugged. I mean, it wasn't really a good season at all. This is when I started quitting the game a little bit. And this season literally was like the nail in the coffin. This one is dog shit. Do not ever think about this game even at least being on this tier. This was absolutely horrendous. This season as well wasn't as good as well, but it wasn't really bad. I mean, it was pretty mid. Let me put it right here. This one we have the Cube season. I think the Cube season was really decent. I think. I mean, you had Kevin and everything, all of the cube spawning. I think it was really enjoyable at least. So for that, I'm gonna put it pretty decent. It was a fun season to play with. This one was really good. Spire Mythic was amazing. Foundation, you had the MK, the SMG meta was crazy there as well. I mean, that was such a very fun season to play with in Chapter 3. They had way better updates than what they did in Chapter 2. So, yeah, this season was great. This one was also really good. They introduced us to Zero Build. So, a lot of people played that. The season where they had, like, limps and everything. It was a lot of fun playing it as well. So, yeah. It was overall an enjoyable season. The live event was pretty. It was pretty decent at least. It was fun. Vibing. This season didn't bring a whole bunch, and the weapons were horrible. Besides the hammer, and even the hammer. I mean, in today's standards, it's probably a horrible gun now. I'm tempted to put it at horrible, but I'm putting it at mid. I'll be honest, I remember the Goku collab at Horrible. Now, I wasn't a huge Goku fan, but it was a huge deal where everyone got on and played. If it weren't for that, I'd probably put it here, for sure. Paradise. And this is where my hot take is, because most people put it at either decent or mid. I'm going to put this one at good season. Why I put this at good season? The loot pool was amazing. The two chrome weapons were a little overpowered, but were very fun to use. The chrome was also very awesome. Rotation wise, they have a bunch of vaults. I mean, it was just such a fun season to play in. Like I enjoyed it so much. Like, it was fantastic. Then you have Chapter 4. Definitely out of this one, and then you also have Chapter 2. I probably put above Chapter 2, but not by much. I think that the Chapter 4 season when it first launched, it had pretty cool stuff. You got Slap and everything, but it wasn't like my cup of tea. Wasn't the most enjoyable in the world compared to Chapter 3 when it first launched, but it's not as bad as Chapter 2, which I'm gonna put it down over here. It wasn't really that good season at all. But this one was pretty decent. This one, I'm gonna say this: Mega City is overrated. But at least the loot pool was really fun. You have the Katana Blade and everything. You have Aaron Yeager. I think this is by far. It was at least pretty. It was good enough to put it here in this tier. I really enjoyed the season a lot. We also have, like, besides Mega City, the three POIs we had were amazing. Overall, it was fun. This one. You had the Jungle Bomb, which was pretty cool. But I mean, there was a bunch of stuff. I think the underground stuff wasn't as good as I really hoped. Battle Pass was pretty mid. Uh, I mean, they really didn't add a whole bunch besides that jungle biome. I mean, the jungle biome was a great concept. I liked it. But I mean, there was a bunch of stuff that sucked. And I mean, many people did not like this season at all. So we'll put it here. Chapter 4 was, I mean, this one was a great season by far. This one, the loot pool was of course great as well. You had the vaults, just like Chapter 3, Season 4. This had great loot pools. You had the rocket ram, which was a fun item. I mean, this was such a really solid ass season. It was great. And this is by far the greatest season to ever exist. You have Chapter 1 map, a bunch of Chapter 1 guns, plus you add in some stuff from a couple previous chapters that worked out so well, like sprinting, mantling, zero build. You had that grapple glove for some reason, but it was still pretty decent. Overall, like, this season by far was the greatest season to ever exist in Fortnite. This one, you cannot defeat this season ever, unless they bring this shit back. I don't think it'll ever break it. Like, people come back on to see it, but I mean, when it first launched, just the greatest season to ever exist. I'm not even going to complain. This one, I mean, everyone got on. Creative was at its peak. Like, everything kind of peaked, I think, here, because everyone started talking about it again. I mean, it was just fantastic. And that's really it. If you want me to rank Chapter 5 Season 1, I would probably put it here. Mythics were cool, new map and everything, but it was alright. And Chapter 5 Season 2, it's looking like to be in the good season right here. Like, look, this is, like, Chapter 5 Season 2 as it stands. Now, it is only the second day by the time I'm recording this. And by the time you guys might be seeing this video, it might be either day 4 or 5 into the season, possibly. But, I mean, I will say that Chapter 5 Season 2, it would probably be right here right now. I mean, it's only gonna get better from here, and it could reach to this status, but it's really hard to do it. And that's really it for the tier ranking system. What would you guys rank all of these seasons? Let me know, guys, down in the comments below.
Before I end this video, go follow my Insta and Twitch. Both of them are in the description. If you guys like the channel, come subscribe. It is totally free. I will see y'all later. Peace.